Addressing students' anxiety. It's something that we do nearly every day in our teaching, but it's kind of hard to do when your school is closed and you're teaching remotely. Or maybe it's not. For the best ideas and information about arts integration in SEAL, subscribe to the Inspired Classrooms channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. I'm Elizabeth Peterson. Let's get started. We all know students who are dealing with anxiety in school, but does that anxiety go away when we need to start working and learning remotely from home? No, unfortunately it doesn't. And in some cases, students' anxiety may actually ramp up with this new situation and in the midst of this pandemic that we're faced with. But there are ways we can help those students even if we are not working with them face to face. Today, I'd like to look at some ways to go about doing this. Now, first and foremost, the most important thing is to stay connected to your students. This is one of those 3 C's of a SEAL teacher that I talk about in more detail in this video of why it's so important. But even if we're not physically with our students, we can still connect with them. There are so many ways to do this now with technology. Maybe you start a Twitter account for your class if you don't already have one. Or maybe you can monitor and guide the comment section of your Google Classroom. I know a couple of teachers who have started a TikTok account to connect with their students. That's kind of fun, right? Now, if you haven't heard already, Loum is making their services free for educators and students. Loum is a screen and video recording software, which means you can record a video from your computer and send your students and their families the link in an email, and they can click it and watch it. You can do a video of your face or even share your screen in the video. So if you wanted to show instructions on how to do something like navigate Google Classroom or explain the dashboard of IXL, you could, really easily too. For me, I've started already by just recording a simple message for my students and their families. Why? Well, because I believe that seeing their teacher's face is a good way to help with any anxiety that my students may have. Here's an example of my Loum video. Hey guys, can you believe it? I mean, we're out of school for 2 full weeks. It's kind of crazy, right? Well, I think it's the best thing for us so we can just make sure that we stay healthy. Now, in the meantime, we're going to be in contact with each other through Google Classroom, and your family will get a message soon about some work that you can do from home, and that will help to keep your skills up, which is really, really important. And of course, I'll be emailing home every once in a while as well. But for right now, I just wanted you to know that I'm thinking about you. So stay healthy, keep washing your hands with soap, and I will be in touch with you soon. Okay? Bye. Now, another way I plan to help with my students' anxiety is through music, using one of my favorite SEAL strategies, sound tracking. And you can learn more about this strategy in this video right here. I've been using sound tracking in my classroom all school year, but even if you've only started or even if you haven't tried it yet, you can still share some music with your students to help them as they work from home. Now, my plan is to send my students a playlist of relaxing music that we usually listen to during work time, and also send them a playlist of the upbeat songs we listen to when they're just entering the room. I use YouTube for these playlists, and I have them here on my channel under my playlists, so feel free to use them too and send them to your students as well. Okay, next, along with the online curriculum work that my students will have to do, I hope to continue some of the nice SEAL routines that I've put in place in our classroom. Sound tracking is certainly one of them, but gratitude is another. In Google Classroom, you can chat it up with your students, and I'm setting up a comment thread where students can check in each day and add 3 things they're grateful for. Why? Well, acknowledging what you're grateful for is a great way to help with anxiety. It allows you to realize what you do indeed have instead of focusing on the negative. I've been doing this type of exercise with my class inside of school, and I think that right now is a great time to focus on that as well. Finally, another SEAL strategy I plan to continue with is Friendly Friday. Now, Friendly Friday is an activity where students create something simple for one another, like a card or a note, and then give it to another student at the end of the day on Friday. The person they give to is chosen randomly, like they pick names out of a hat, and then they go off and they secretly create something like a picture or a card or a note to give to that person. You can learn more about Friendly Fridays in this article here that I wrote for Edutopia, and I'll link to that in the description. Now, for this to be done online, you'll need to tell each student who their person is so that they can write a friendly message to them. Or you could just start a new assignment and have students comment in with their own friendly or positive message to share with the whole class. And honestly, to get started, this is what I'm going to do. Start an assignment and invite anyone who can to add a positive message to everyone else in the class. Sharing these connections with each other is just so important as we face this new way of teaching and learning, and it certainly can help with any anxiety your students or even you may feel as you navigate these new waters. Now, I hope you got some good ideas to think about and try now that you may be teaching remotely, all the while helping your students to just feel at ease with this new situation that we're faced with. And speaking of you, this is a great time to join our online community of teachers, a group of other inspiring teachers just like you who love to share and chat about teaching and learning in ways that truly inspire their students while also inspiring and taking care of themselves. As always, if you like this video, please let me know by liking it and subscribe to the channel and share it with your fellow teacher friends as well. If you want, give me a comment, and I would love to hear about some of the ideas you have for teaching remotely and staying connected with your students during this very difficult time. All right, I'm Elizabeth Peterson. Thanks so much for watching. I wish you health and safety in the next few weeks and months, and remember to keep inspiring yourself so that you can be inspiring to your students. Have a good one.